Well, howdy, folks. Welcome to another rootin' tootin' episode of Talks Try Ass. Let's roll that dilly dang intro.
I'm very upset what just happened. Okay.
Welcome back from the intro.
Yeah. Welcome frickin' back. Okay. Let's cover a few things just right off the bat. Number one, we're back. We haven't been back for a while. Seriously, it was like 3 months.
It's been
I'm not exaggerating.
a long ass time since we made one of these videos. You know what's funny? We said we're gonna make these bi-weekly, and then now there's like 4 episodes, and it's been like a total of what, like 5 months.
People are used to it though. You know what?
It's called not scheduling.
Yeah.
At all.
Like we say that it's gonna be done, and what's funny is we kind of just expect it to be done without doing it.
Yeah. See, it's not like a lazy thing. It's more of like we do it, and then it's like, okay, now what?
It's a lack of responsibility, is what it is.
Yeah, it's just because there's so many things in life right now
that
are happening.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those. So,
we put up Halloween video. Happy Halloween. A little bit late, but
yeah,
tis the season for spooking your neighbors.
Yeah, tis the season to be spooking. So okay, pretty much we made a Halloween special. If you guys didn't check it out, definitely check it out. It was really good, even though it was made in 2 hours. It wasn't planned at all, and we did not write a script for it.
It's kind of got some really stupid moments in it. It's definitely got some things that don't make any sense.
Oh yeah, no, it doesn't.
I can give you that an opinion because I wasn't involved in making it. I just watched it, and then I was just incredibly confused on so many levels.
What's your favorite part?
The jokes that people make that are like inside jokes that like only people that know those people would pick up on are very, very clever and very subtle and they're funny. Anywho, check it out. It's just we love Halloween. Try Productions. That's this channel. If you're watching this video, you have a link to that channel. Just saying. Okay.
Yeah. No, you can actually see right here. Here's some evidence. If you don't believe us.
If you didn't know, this channel does exist. The thing that we're talking about right now on this channel, the channel's real.
It's got a whole.
We have at least 2 graphic designs. At least 2.
It's got a whole big 65 subscriber fan base.
Absolutely massive.
Right. Anyways, so that is, I do want you guys to expect that, okay, this is something I want to make very, very, very clear right off the bat. We will never abandon this channel. Like, that's not going to happen.
Nope, because we've both had YouTube channels in the past, and we've both abandoned those channels.
Well, actually, I should go into that. I just yesterday uploaded my quitting Ak47domination video, which was quite emotional, if I do say so myself. What do you think?
Well, I mean, the video wasn't like necessarily super emotional, like, you know, like sobbing or anything.
Yeah, no.
But it was like, if you are a person that kind of grew up around little keeper here, which, I mean, I have in a multitude of people. We've all grown up together. And, you know, you kind of see things your friends do and they're kind of projects, especially if you're into film and such. You know, whatever your friends are doing, like, you kind of see that. They do that, and then when it ends, things are a little bit different. So it was kind of seeing, you know, something that you started, what, like 5 years ago, kind of come to an end. Like, you can literally watch through those videos and see all of, like, our friends and stuff kind of grow up. Because, I mean, from the age of, like, 12 to, like, 17, you know, there's a lot of growth that happens in a person. And kind of being able to walk through a timeline of their life in a more personal way than just seeing it through pictures. Because, you know, people see, like, slideshows all the time of people as they grow up, but watching something they created and watching, like, their tastes and interests and kind of, you know, their personalities kind of grow throughout 5 years is kind of cool. So that was the kind of the part where I was like, oh, that's like the end of a thing.
Right. But at the same time, I'll still be over here. I think the reason for me that it's so sad is because over here, I am a writer and director and editor for films.
It's not your channel.
Right. It's not my channel, and that's all I really am. Every once in a while, we get to do Talks to Try S, but it's just not as...
It's not... This is not personality-based. Well,
right.
You watch this video and you can kind of discern a little bit of personality, but it's not like we're sitting down here, like, giving opinions on, like, specific things. It's not like we're, like, there isn't the connection you have with a personally owned channel with your own content where, you kind of have a persona, and it's not like that. Because this channel is a lot of, it's film and stuff. And then this series is an update series. It talks about the films that we're making. And then, it's not a personal channel. I've said it like 9 times by now, but it's not a personal channel, so.
I think you get the point. Yeah, no, actually, I think we might just make this title. It's not the personal channel.
It's not the personal channel. This is not a personal channel.
Just in case you're wondering, we are Tries Productions that actually exists.
But this is not a personal channel. This is not that's not a personal channel.
Anyways.
Anyway.
So to move on, I'll just finish off by saying this really quick. Fun little fact, okay? And this is kind of jumping to Survivors really quick. Because we haven't talked about that.
We're gonna go into that in a minute.
Yeah.
Look at our schedule. We scheduled a thing.
We
wrote a thing down, and I did it on sticky notes on the back of a tablet, because that's what was available.
But anyways, yeah. So about Survivors though, really quick. Fun little fact about my old YouTube channel. I used to have a series that we don't usually talk about, but this will be a special occasion, called Zombie Apocalypse, parts 1 through 4. It's an actual thing I made. It was my very first video ever. Me and my buddy Colder Shoy hung out, and we pretty much wanted to make a zombie video. And you know what's really, really, really funny about this that not a lot of people know? There was originally this is a quick little story here. There was originally supposed to be a part 5 that never actually ended up getting made because we did not have the resources to make it as big as we wanted it to be.
Well, because you were like 12, like you wanted things to blow up and everything to be crazy.
Right? No, it was way too big for.
It's your standard 12-year-old movie idea.
Right. However, okay, fun little fact. It starred me and my friend as the 2 main characters, who played John and Colin, who played kids that were in the zombie apocalypse, and part 5 was going to open up with them driving up to a house.
And we didn't even have licenses. When you wanted to drive up to a house, you didn't have licenses.
That's true.
It's that thing.
Yeah. Driving up to a house that had power, and then getting attacked by the people inside and becoming friends with them.
Really basically the plot of the start of Survivors.
That literally is the first episode of Survivors. So it's kind of funny because not a lot of people know this, and it's not like something that we advertise, but the very truth of the matter is Survivors has kind of technically been around since 2011.
Going back to it's not a personal channel, but this is not a personal channel. Mm-hmm. So just want.
It's not. Don't expect that to get close to us. It's never gonna happen.
It's not a personal channel. No, that's been clarified for like the 12th time.
Yeah, they finally get it. I mean, God, it takes you guys way too long.
Can you understand that? Like, please. I'm working really hard here to kind of push that point across.
God, it's not a personal. It's not a personal channel.
It's not a personal channel. Anyway, but I completely forgot where I was going with this. Oh,
back to the personal channel.
Go. So, if you watch that his old personal channel, you see this idea grew. Like the idea for Survivors grew. Like that we started production this year, but it's been in the works for like 3 or 4. Like it grows and you see things change as you like. You'll go back and you'll be reading a script and be like, was I 4 when I wrote this? And it's like, you're 12, like, or 13 when you wrote this piece of the script. It's been in the works for so long. And then you go back and you fix it, and you can kind of see how things evolve. And that's another cool thing with this is, not only is this like a piece of just entertainment, but it's a piece of multitude of people's lives that have been kind of given into this and put into this production. So
Survivors is something that a lot of us, not me, I'll be honest, I never actually really lost the faith in it, but I'm also the creator of it.
The faith got lost super hard by everyone.
Nobody thought Survivors was going to be made. And now today, next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend.
Is our last one. That leads us right to our next
It's
topic.
our very last day of filming.
Filming for Survivors
Wraps
is
up.
wrapping next
Finally.
weekend.
Holy shit.
It has been a 1, 2, 3, 4.
We've been filming since May 28th.
Wait, yeah.
May 28th was our first day
June,
filming.
July, August, September, October. 5 months of people's lives. No, it's not every day, obviously, but it's been a thing for that long. We've been working on it, and it's finally wrapping, which is beautiful. And we're already pretty much done with the first episode as far as editing, just final touches to be made.
Some blood effects.
Some blood effects and stuff to be thrown
Opening
in there.
credits and such.
The very ending of the first episode, which is crazy. And once we have that second episode done, it'll be great because we didn't film linearly, which for those of you who don't know film, it is pretty self-explanatory. It just means that instead of starting in episode 1 and ending with the last scene of episode 6, meaning filming linearly, non-linearly, means that you're like, okay, today we're doing parts of episode 4 and then parts of episode 2 and then parts of episode 3. You're all over the place.
That's the only way to do it, yeah.
It's the way we did it because, when you're dealing with people that have, their own specific schedules, it's the most effective way to film. It really is. It's not the easiest when it comes to editing because you got to find all your clips and they're everywhere and it can become kind of chaotic, but we have it organized so it's not really an issue. So once we have that final day of filming done, we can completely launch into editing mode because, there's still some scenes from episode 2 and such that need to be thrown in there. So that's really exciting. The filming is finally wrapping and we can fully move into editing as, complete as possible. Yes, Kiefer.
I do want to just add in one quick thing because
we're already at like 20 minutes.
I've never actually I don't think we've ever fully disclosed this. Survivors is really hyped up to be like this really professional, great thing, and trust me, it looks fantastic.
It's really good ass thing.
It's great. However,
we got some problems. We have
the biggest problem ever.
I want to talk about this next.
Chill out. Let me just say.
I think we just straight up skip over these two because I don't want to talk about this.
Let me see that.
It's just editing and then they're gone.
Okay, all right. What I wanted to say really. You're failing really badly. What I wanted to say really quick is the biggest issue of ours. Is continuity errors.
Oh, for sure.
And I don't mean like in the hangover when you see someone sitting next to a tire, and then the next shot they're not sitting next to that tire, they're sitting a little further.
Check it out. That is very real.
That's literally just the first continuity error that popped in my head. There are continuity errors where I do not have the same outfit on in the same exact scene. There are continuity errors where he's looking down the stairs, and then he turns back around in the next shot, and he's
completely missing a prop,
and he's got a thing on his face.
It's things that are.
It's nothing that's gonna take you out of the story.
No, it's nothing that you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But then you're not gonna be like completely. You're not gonna be like completely ripped out of the hole, or I'd be like, as long as you go into this understanding that this was made by a bunch of 16 and 17-year-olds on zero money at all during the summer when we had time with a ton of people, you will understand that, hey, things like the wrong shirt getting worn is going to happen. And that's not even really, I don't even think that really happens that much because we're pretty good with costuming.
Except I lost my entire costume last filming day, so I had to make a replacement, which was a really good replacement, by the way.
I didn't even notice.
It worked. Exactly. Yeah, no, it works really well as a replacement, but
stuff like that, or stuff like there's a specific sequence where the start of the sequence we filmed recently, and what are you doing? Don't hit that camera. Don't hit that camera.
Checking on time.
Okay.
Oh, we're great on time.
We have
wow. Keep talking.
Anyway, so with like stuff, the one that I always remember is we filmed like a couple weeks ago, we filmed a scene that was an intro to two characters walking into the woods. And then that scene of them in the actual woods, the actual sequence, was filmed like a month earlier. Now, I thought the biggest problem was going to be like with like the leaves being changed, but it's really not that noticeable because of the shadows and stuff. But
right.
And the thing I do notice is I am wearing a backpack in the woods, and I am not wearing a backpack outside of the woods. It just happens to appear on my back. And that's noticeable.
The best one is the sunglasses.
Oh.
There's a scene where Colin, one of the characters, played by Matt, he's the main character in our Halloween special.
He was in a Toxic Trias.
He, for no reason, had sunglasses on in one of the shots. And it's so funny. Because it just is...
They just appear. They're magic. This world is more than just zombies. It's magical. People teleport items to their body when they don't need them, or when they need them and teleport them off.
I was gonna say.
It's actually what it's not continuity. It's not. There's no problems with their continuity. It's all part of the plot.
Speaking of that, though, I do want to mention really quick though that there is one continuity error that's actually not a continuity error, because a lot of people will see that and be like, okay, well that's obviously the biggest continuity error. It's the fact that there's no adults. But the truth of the matter is...
That's not continuity, though, because there wasn't ever established to be any adults. But that is...
Well, no. I don't want
That's a plot point that you don't get to know about, because this is secretive.
Well, you won't even
wraps.
You won't even find out in Season 1. In Season 2, it is revealed why that is, but I will not spoil. So you'll have to find out 2018. That sucks. Anyways, 2018, you'll find out why there's no adults around.
It makes sense.
Kids.
I promise.
It actually does make sense.
I don't promise, but I'm guessing.
I don't even think he actually knows.
I know why. Dude, I know.
Do you actually know?
Yes, and I can't discuss it on camera because I'd be breaking the code of conduct.
Can't you, crop this part out? You have to search pretty hard for this part, though.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Okay.
So, no, but I know. It's with the...
Don't say it if...
I know what it is!
Oh, wow!
Don't make it seem like we don't know what we're doing here, because we kind of know what we're doing here, a little bit.
I'm already almost done writing Season 2, so I know what I'm doing here.
Anyway, what I just wanted to say real quick before we wrapped is, there are definitely problems with this.
Mm.
There's definitely problems with this that are noticeable and will piss people... I don't think audience will get too bothered by it. I mean, they'll notice it. I don't think they're gonna freak out. It's not gonna ruin anything for them. Especially as a person that's making it, though, it drives you crazy when you're editing it, and then you see a continuity error, and then you're working on that specific scene, like with a VFX shot, and you go through and you're working on it and going frame by frame by frame, and then all of a sudden something appears, and it just drives you insane because you continually see it over and over, and it kind of pulls you out of it really, really, really heavily, and you're like, why are we such idiots?
Mm.
But I kind of when I sit down and I kind of realize, okay, we are kids making a very large series.
The Walking Dead has continuity errors.
Yeah. I mean, they happen. But what the last thing I want to touch on here, because I think we probably should wrap it up soon, is as far as filming, and I kind of thought about this last night when I was, not sleeping. Makes it sound like I have sleeping problems. I don't.
School night.
Yeah, exactly. I was like 1 a.m. and I was like, I need to be asleep, but I'm thinking about things. And what I was thinking about is just how much I've learned as far as filmmaking. I said we filmed non-linearly, which we did, but the first portion of filming was kind of dedicated to the earlier episodes because we kind of wanted to set a footing and what was going on, and there are a multitude of reasons that I won't go into right now, but if you watch the first episode,
to film.
Exactly, there's less stuff going on. If you watch from the first episode to the last episode, even just looking at select clips, you see how much as filmmakers we've grown. We went into this having decent film knowledge. We all taken film classes at school. I've been in a film class each year. We know what we're doing with the camera. I know how to edit. It's not that's the problem. It's just that when you're doing something of this scale and you're working with a defined script, it's things we hadn't necessarily done before, and you basically can see how we learn. As it goes on, as the story progresses, you see how our filmmaking skills, our writing skills, our editing, our acting, all of that evolves and becomes better and becomes different and becomes more niche and more personalized as we go through, because we're developing those skills that we didn't have to start with because we had never done anything like this. So that's what's crazy about it to me is when I look back on this, it's, you know, it's gonna be, most people are gonna see, oh, a fun zombie film people made with their friends that, you know, had some importance to them. Like, it has a message, and you'll get the message. It's relatively clear. But when I look at it, I see so many hours of just learning on the job. It's like on the job experience where it's like, okay, yesterday, this that we didn't work. Here's how we should do it. Let's try it a different way. Let's do it this way and that way. And I've been talking on for a long time, but it's just something that's really important to me as far as like going back and watching through. And remember when you're watching this, that this is more than just a bunch of stupid kids making something. It's something meaningful.
I genuinely think that the experience is going to outweigh all the negatives, and trust me, there are plenty of negatives, but to be honest, the acting is serviceable all the way around. You've got some acting in there that is, I can't really describe. I mean, I can go into it a little bit. This guy
can't read dialogue to save my life.
That goes against what I was about to say, but yeah, that is kind of true.
I can physically act just fine, I just can't read dialogue.
There's acting that he did on the most recent day of filming that blew my mind. I'll be honest, I didn't really think he could achieve it to that level.
Well,
but he did.
I'm really bad at reading dialogue, which is kind of a problem when you're a main character. I need to fix that.
You know, we do have some impressive stuff in there, though.
But
like,
there are scenes that it's like, wow, that's how impressive.
There's a 4-minute shot of us just talking, and it feels real, feels natural, and it was done in one take. And to do all that a lot of the time, the reason why long shots are so impressive is not necessarily everything you've got going on in the camera.
Like visually.
It's making everyone remember their jobs. And the fact that we pulled off a 4-minute shot of pure storytelling and dialogue and a backstory from both of us in one shot is incredible.
It's a very, very, very good scene. You'll notice it. The thing that I always thought was interesting, because I'd never really done acting before. I'm usually behind the camera, and I'm usually editing. Those are the two things I prefer to. If you knock that camera a centimeter, thank you.
A menacer.
What are we at?
22.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna wrap.
We'll wrap it up.
Yep. So, I usually don't like being in front of the camera. Now, I'll do it. I don't mind it. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I've never done it before. My place, preferably, is behind the camera or in front of the computer screen. Now that said, we're actually working on a project for a school thing that I'm going to be in front of the camera. But that's a totally different thing.
I'm gonna be involved in that.
Yeah, you are now. But the thing is, it's not my area of expertise. I like to do technical stuff. I like to be behind the camera. I've said it 1,000 times. So acting was a learning experience for me. And what I learned, I think, most of all with acting is anyone can memorize and read a line. It's really easy to memorize a line and read it. It's very difficult to memorize a line and read it in a way that's convincing, in a way that plays off of other people in dialogue. That's what is so difficult.
Filming is controlled chaos.
Right, it is. It's like, okay, you can memorize this piece, I can memorize this piece, but now can we read that back and do it in a convincing way that doesn't sound like we're reading anything, it sounds like we're actually having a conversation. That's what I think is the biggest learning experience for me as far as the acting side. So that's just something that I thought was kind of cool.
Right.
And I have a lot more respect for actors now because it's so much more than just reading a line. It really is.
And also, it can mess with you too. Like, I'm gonna be 100% honest. I never actually thought I'd admit this on camera, but with writing Survivors, not really being involved with the filmmaking of it makes it a bit more, not bearable, makes it easier to understand, okay, this is me and my friends making a film. But there are some times where it genuinely does get to me on a personal level. I'm like, wow, this is really messed up, picturing my friends killing each other. You know what I mean? Well,
and that really equates to a big part of the whole overall message is like, when things go wrong, what do people do?
This series is going. This is one more thing that I wanna end this note and announce a few more things that people can be excited for, and then we'll end it there. I want to warn you guys that, like I've said in the past, this is a dark, R-rated film. That's what it is. And there are going to be some people that cannot handle it, and it'll have a lot of controversy behind it, simply based on the fact that we are teenagers. And that's just the fact of the matter. We've accepted it, but we need you guys to realize that.
And don't come into this thinking that we're some perverted with violence, violence-obsessed teenagers. We're not. There is a real message, and in the end, like, if you consider film art, I mean, art is violent in its truest form. We're showing human nature, and there's a lot of character development that is supposed to represent, like, what would a person do when things go wrong. I said it earlier. That's kind of one of the main themes, though, if we're going to give it away, right. Is, it really talks about people and why people do things that are pretty terrible. And
when you're a writer, you have an obligation to show the dark side of humanity.
When if you censor yourself, you're doing no one any good. You're doing yourself a disservice.
Yeah. So that was beautiful. Really, really terrible beginning, but wow, did we wrap it up toward the end. But just want to announce a couple more things. Just really quick, surprise to him. He's not going to know what these are up until now.
I have one thing to add as well.
We might start doing movie reviews,
maybe,
and a movie podcast.
If you're lucky. And the thing I was going to add is because I like the idea of very novice filmmakers making videos and putting them out there, and understanding that they're novice filmmakers, I thought it'd be cool.
He wants to do tutorial videos.
If we could do tutorial videos.
God.
Not tutorials necessarily on editing, how to do stuff like that, because I still watch tutorial videos on how to do editing, because I'm not amazing. I'm not...
How to cut a clip in half. I can do that one.
How to click. Yeah. How to open Premiere Pro. But I thought it'd be cool, like, for some of this, like, some really low budget stuff, kind of have an area where people can come to for film advice that is literally from people that are probably in their same position. If you go watch, like, Rocket Jump Film School, or if you watch, like, Quarter Digital, like, they have some instructional videos. Sometimes, even though they're giving advice from advanced people that are experienced to novice people, which is great because they actually know what they're doing, sometimes it's nice to have some advice, I feel like, from the same level of novice filmmakers.
It's like asking Connor to help you with math homework. It's like, all right, dude.
Yeah, it's like this isn't gonna make any sense to me because you're way, you're way above us. But if you go in and it's like, dude, now you have like my disease where you gotta keep getting up and checking the time.
I know.
It's a problem.
I know. It's making me nervous.
But I just thought it'd be cool if they'd be like, hey, where's a place people can go to get film advice from people that actually really take it seriously and are in the same level as them. It's like stuff like, okay, we need to make blood. How do we make blood cheaply and effectively that's not going to stay in clothes because people are using their actual clothes? And we make a video on that. And it'd be really easy and fun and can give you perspective from people that are kind of actually learning how to do these things as they go along.
I'm sorry, I had to make fun of that.
Alright, so thank you so much for watching.
No. I take it back. After hearing Charlie's little spiel here and me talking about survivors on such a deep level, I take it back. For being a film channel, I think we are a pretty personal channel. We're a personal channel.
This is a personal channel.
This is a very personal channel. This channel that actually
see that?
This exists.
That's personal.
This is personal. This is brotherhood at its finest. Try S. Alright, thank you guys for watching.
It's personal.
Stop it.